I'll go ahead and call to order our June meeting of the Bloomington Board of Park Commissioners. And Kim, could you start us with the roll call, please?
Kathleen Mills.
Here.
Ellen Rodkey.
Here.
Israel Herrera.
Here.
Jim Whitlatch.
Here.
Okay. All right, so we do have all four of us, and our first item is, as usual, the consent calendar, where we have a number of kind of recurring contracts and minutes from the last meeting and that sort of thing. So do you have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
I'll move to approve.
Okay. In a second?
I second.
Okay. All those in favor, please say aye. Oh, we need to do the roll call. Oh, sorry. Okay, the roll call vote, please, Kim.
Kathleen Mills.
Aye.
Ellen Rodkey.
Aye.
Israel Herrera.
Aye.
Jim Whitlatch.
Aye.
Okay. All right. So consent calendar, motion unanimously carried. Then we'll move into our public hearings and appearances. And first up is the Bravo Award. Cortland Carrington and Emily Book is going to tell us about that.
All right, Emily Book, Community Relations Coordinator. The Bloomington Parks and Recreation Department would like to recognize Cortland Carrington, a volunteer with the Farmers Market Advisory Council and a farmers market vendor with this month's Bravo Award. Cortland is the owner of American Mushroom and Spice Company. He started this company with the idea that he could produce superior mushrooms in a sustainable way. He is also a retired United States Air Force officer and a veteran of tours in Iraq, Afghanistan, and the Horn of Africa. In March of 2020, Cortland began serving as president of the Farmers Market Advisory Council. This council consists of 10 members and acts in an advisory capacity to the Board of Park Commissioners and park staff on policy matters relating to the Bloomington Community Farmers Market. His calm and steady approach to leadership has been invaluable in the council's planning efforts for the 50th anniversary celebrations of our farmers market. Cortland's passion for food and service is best summarized in his own words. When people have good food in front of them, they stop, they smile, and they eat. And nearly every person on this planet begins to tell their story.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Right.
I'd like to say a few words.
Yes.
Is Clarence here? No, he nominated me and he dodged out, so I'll have words with him later. But thank you very much for this award. It means a lot to me, and I've enjoyed my time, and I hope to continue to serve the Farmers Market Advisory Council as long as I can. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your service. Okay, all right. And then we will move into our Section C, other business. And first up, Mark Sterner's going to tell us about naming opportunity at Winslow Sports Complex.
Good afternoon. Mark Sterner, General Manager of the Twin Lakes Recreation Center. Today, we have a naming field request from the Bloomington Junior League Baseball Association. The relationship between the City of Bloomington and the Bloomington Junior League Baseball Association has spanned over many years. Both organizations have benefited from a cooperative agreement to offer a quality baseball program for the City of Bloomington. The BJLBA Board of Directors submitted letters to the Board of Park Commissioners requesting Field 2 at Winslow Sports Complex be named after Ronald W. Drehos. In addition, the Bloomington Junior League Board submitted a letter requesting Field 4 be named after longstanding BJLBA Board member Dave Huss. Both letters describe the many contributions that they have made to the Bloomington Junior League Baseball Association. With that being said, I have Jared Thompson, a Bloomington Junior League Baseball representative, that would like to say a couple of words.
Hi, so I'm Jared Thompson. I'm the Director of Travel Baseball at BJLBA. My wife and I moved here in 2003, and the second day that I lived here, I went to Winslow to see if they needed any umpiring help, which they did. I umpired the first day that I was there, and I met Ron and Dave that day, and they've been on the board, both of them, in excess of 30 years, and in Ron's case, over 40 years. Ron has been with us since before, the fields were even there, like back when they played at Bryant Park, and Dave came on not long after that. My dad founded our Babe Ruth League when I was 9 years old on the Outer Banks where I'm from, and the only person that I've ever seen as dedicated to youth baseball as my dad was then are both Ron and Dave. These guys every single day, every week are involved in everything that we do, even after all these years. Ron is just, he cares so much about these kids and has spent all this time. And I just personally feel as though it just seems like it was meant to be. There's two fields that don't have anything named after them, and these two have been there this whole time and have just touched so many lives, and every day are doing the same thing. So we also have submitted letters from our president of the board that he signed, and if you want to read any more about it, but thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions from board members about the, or Jim?
I don't
there?
have a question, but I have a
Zoom.
comment. I've known Ron Drejos, and when my son was playing junior league baseball 25 years ago, Ron was a fixture then and had the most amazing program of selecting teams to be fair, and took care of everything. And I sort of had lost track of Ron until I read this, and it's I can't believe he's still there and doing this. And if anybody deserves to have a field named after him, it's Ron. And so I wholeheartedly support this, and I don't know the other individual like I know Ron, but this is he's been a tremendous asset to Bloomington and to junior league baseball, so fully support this.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jim. Any other comments or questions from board members? Sounds like it was meant to be, as he said, two fields, two dedicated people. So, all right. So do we have a motion? Okay. Okay. And a second?
I second.
Okay. And a roll call vote, please, Kim?
Kathleen Mills,
Aye.
Ellen Radke. Aye. Israel Herrera,
Aye.
Jim Whitlatch.
Aye.
Okay. Motion is unanimously carried. All right. Yes. Thank you for coming by. Yeah. And Mark will stay with us also next on C2 to tell us about the contract with Emerald Grading and Excavating for work at Winslow Sports
Yes,
Complex.
thank you once again, Mark Sterner, General Manager of the Twin Lakes Recreation Center. The history of Field 5 and 6 was used by the Bloomington High School South and Monroe County Senior League Baseball Association. Bloomington South recently, over the past couple of years, implemented a couple of turf fields. They no longer use the senior side at Winslow. In addition to that, we've seen somewhat of a decline over the years in the Monroe County Senior League Baseball Association. So that gives us some capacity options in terms of rental components. And as we've worked with various groups on different rental components, they are always looking to etch out space at the different locations. So Bloomington Football Club, which is a soccer club, has been using Field 5 for the past couple of years, and as we've seen their participation and their numbers increase, they've required more rental time. Without the need of a second field of that size on the senior side, it is our intent to take out the infield component of the ball field and turn that into a grassy area, which will give Bloomington football much more options in terms of field configurations, considering the various age groups that they accommodate.
Okay. Any questions for Mark about this? Can you just refresh my memory? How many fields are there total at Winslow?
There's 6 total,
Okay.
2 senior fields, which I believe are 300 feet, and then the junior side fields are smaller.
Okay. And, I mean, I think I know the answer to this, but you feel pretty confidently that like the senior participation is not going to come back around where we're going to need that field in 3 years or 4 years or?
I think what we've seen over the course of time is a gradual decline. I think that kids that age are either explicitly travel or they're with their high school programs. So I do not see an increase in those numbers that would require that second field.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Okay, if there aren't any other questions or I don't see any question from Jim, we have a motion to approve this one.
Yes, I will move to approve the contract for the work on Field 5.
All right, and a roll call vote, please.
Kathleen Mills,
Aye.
Ellen Rodkey,
Aye.
Israel Herrera,
Aye.
Jim Whitlatch.
Aye.
Okay, motion is carried. All right, and then Mark has one more item to tell us about the price schedule adjustment for Bloomington Youth Basketball Program.
Yes, I've officially hijacked the meeting. So with that being said, we did see some changes as we went through the price changes or price fee schedule for 2021 as we went into our 2022 youth basketball season. And just to kind of lay a little bit of the framework or scheduling of youth basketball is our first season is instructional. Our season 2, which runs from October through Christmas break, and then we finish before the end of the year, is a traditional season with practices, coaches, games. And then season 3 is identical to season 2. So going into 2021, we had our fees in place, and we saw an increase in what we were going to be charged in terms of the officiating, which had quite a hit on the program. So that's why I'm here, is to try to get the fee increased for Bloomington Youth Basketball, which still keeps us in the market value from other programs that we see in Monroe County. But the request is to go from the $85 to the $95 per participant.
Okay. All right, any questions for Mark about this? Price
Do we have any
increase?
type of
Jim has something.
program for people who may not be able to afford or low-income kids, that type of thing?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the first part of that question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have any program for low-income kids who family may have a hard time paying this or any other fee for that type of program?
This program, as with a lot of the programs that we offer in Bloomington Parks, is also qualifies for the our scholarship program. So that would be the option available.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay,
I have a question.
yes.
So it means that so far no one has paid any registration? Anyone has paid so far any registration fee? That would be for the increase in $10 would be for the season 2 in October, in mid-October?
Yes, those fees would be separate. Season 2 would be that fee, and then if they chose to participate in season 3, it's separate. That fee would be charged again.
Season 2 and season 3.
Yes, I think so. Okay, any other questions or comments?
Kathleen, City
Yes.
Legal has something to say before
Sure.
you take a vote.
Okay,
Just one procedural thing, because this is a vote, I believe, to raise a fee under our hybrid meetings policy. There's a requirement to be present in person to cast the vote. So Mr. Whitlatch will not be able to vote on this item, although there's still a majority of you all present here in person, so you can have the vote today, but just a procedural issue.
oh, okay, all right, thank you. Okay. All right, so do we have a motion to approve this price schedule adjustment?
Yeah, I would move to approve it.
Okay,
Second.
okay, and a roll call vote, please, Kim?
Kathleen Mills,
Aye.
Ellen Rodkey,
Aye.
and Israel Herrera.
Aye.
Okay, all right, so motion carries. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Yep. And next up, D. Tuttle will tell us about the contract with Carpets Plus Color Tile for flooring at Frank Southern Center.
Good afternoon, Dee Tuttle, Frank Southern Ice Arena Manager. Today I'm seeking an agreement with the Carpets Plus Color Tile for the replacement of carpet at the Frank Southern Ice Arena in the entryway and the lobby area. The contract will include the removal of the old carpet, old adhesives, and installation of new, it's called walk-off carpet in the entry area. And then we will be putting Mondo Sport Impact in the lobby area in front of the admissions counter. And that flooring is identical to the flooring that we currently have where the benches are located. And this replacement carpet will be paid for with the general obligation bond.
Okay, and do we have a sense of how old the existing carpet is in
Sure.
there?
The existing carpet was installed in 2009, and there are thousands of individuals that come and go from the ice arena in the wintertime. So it's taken quite a hit at this point. And the carpet that's around the admissions area really, it's difficult to keep clean. So that's why we chose to put the Mondo Sport Impact in that area as well, and then just keep the carpet walk-off at the entryway.
Yeah, all those boots, icy boots and slushy boots in the winter.
Exactly.
Yeah, salt, yes.
Salt.
So, okay, all right.
Looks like I don't think it's in the cover sheet, but it looks like it's
$23,232.98. So there were three vendors that quoted this project, and Carpets Plus had the lowest bid of all three.
Okay. Any other questions or comments for D? Okay. Move.
I can move to approve the contract with Color Tile.
All right, and a roll call vote, please.
Kathleen Mills,
Aye.
Ellen Rodkey,
Aye.
Israel Herrera, Jim Whitlatch.
Aye.
Okay. Motion
Thank
is
you.
carried. Thank you, Dee. Maybe that'll inspire me for my once every 10 years ice skating. Did you see the new carpet? Check it out. All right, and next up, we have C5. Do we have Joanna Sparks? No. Okay. All right.
Hello, Tim Street, Operations Director for Parks. Joanna is on vacation, so I am representing this item for her this evening. Before you is an Adopt a Median partnership agreement with Elders Journey Home Care on Clariz Boulevard. This is very similar to a couple other Adopt a Median roundabout partnerships we've seen in the past couple months. We've had some turnover in our adopters. This median is on, thank you, Kim, just east of the Kmart construction there, which you can see is the large empty lot at the top left. The median along Clariz, kind of behind Blooming Foods over there. Our longtime adopter decided to end the partnership, and we have a new adopter approach us when we put the signs up, Elders Journey Home Care. So this partnership is to be approved with them for 5 years and would additionally also jointly go through the Board of Public Works. Happy to answer any questions.
Sorry, did you say it was 5 years? Is
Correct.
that the, okay.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, any questions for Tim about this partnership agreement? No? Okay,
I'll move to approve the partnership with Elders Journey Home Care.
okay, and a roll call vote, please.
Kathleen Mills,
Aye.
Ellen Rodkey,
Aye.
Israel Herrera, Jim Whitlatch.
Aye.
Okay, motion is carried.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you, Tim. I think we'll be seeing you back in a bit. Okay, and then next we move on to C7, approval of appointments to the Tree Commission. Aaron Hatch.
Hello, Erin Hatch, Urban Forester. Tonight, staff is recommending approval of an appointment of George Hegeman to the Tree Commission by the Board of Park Commissioners. This is a 3-year appointment. George has served on the Tree Commission previously, albeit not in the position appointed by the Park Board. And so we're simply seeking to potentially reappoint him and have this long-term member and all of his institutional knowledge back on the board.
Okay. All right, good. Any questions for Aaron about this appointment? Jim may have
It
some.
looks like we had many qualified candidates, I'll say that.
Yes, definitely. We're lucky to have so many community members who are willing to put forth the time for these various efforts. So, all right, we have a motion for,
Yeah, I move to approve the appointment to the tree commission. Should I include his name in George?
Sure.
Hegeman.
George Hegeman, okay? Okay, and a roll call vote, please?
Kathleen Mills,
Aye.
Ellen Rodkey,
Aye.
Israel Herrera, Jim Whitlatch.
Aye.
Okay, motion is carried. And Aaron, before you go, I just wanted to say a few words. As I understand, this is your last week?
Yes.
Yes. So, and you're moving to Colorado?
Yeah, I'm moving to Denver. I have a job out there with the City of Denver's urban forestry program.
Well, it sounds like a very exciting opportunity, especially all the outdoor things that you can do in Denver. We're going to be, terribly sorry to see you go. And I feel like you've like patiently led us through various tree appeals, and you've answered all of my questions that I've had about, tree removals and tree pruning, and I don't know very much about trees. So you've been very patient and thorough to answer all that. So we wish you a lot of luck. And I guess, how does the cat feel about this?
They're very excited about their home they're staying in right now, but I think they'll get used to it, so.
Okay. So there's more than one cat that,
Yes,
that I would
there's
always
more
see
than
on
one
the Zoom.
cat.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, and then Rebecca Swift is up next, C8, to tell us about, and this is an appointment to the ERAC Environmental Resources Advisory Council.
Thank you. Rebecca Swift, Natural Resources Coordinator. And I'll just take this opportunity to also thank Erin for all her contributions to this community and Parks and Recreation. We will miss you. I'm here today to recommend a new appointee to the Environmental Resources Advisory Council, Marnie Potter. I was before you beginning of this year to recommend some member appointments, and unfortunately for us, one of our members also moved to take a postdoc position in Pennsylvania. So we need to fill that vacancy. We did get a few applicants. Unfortunately, most of them were outside of Monroe County, outside of city limits, and that is a requirement to be on the board. So after going through the other applications, we found Marnie Potters to qualify or to satisfy all of our requirements, and we are very excited and appreciative that she is willing to give her time to join ERAC. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay. No question, just I really enjoyed her statement of interest of all the specific things that she sees out in nature when she's out for a walk. So, yeah, sounds like a good addition.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will move to approve the addition of Marnie Potter to ERAC.
Okay, and a roll call vote, please.
Kathleen Mills,
Aye.
Ellen Rodkey,
Aye.
Israel Herrera, Jim Whitlatch.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Motion's carried. Thank you, Rebecca. And then it's all Tim Street all the time here at the end. Review of contract with Cassidy Electrical for installation of light fixtures in Seminary Park.
That's right. I've got to keep you busy, give you things to approve. Tim Street, Operations Director for Parks. Happy to be back in front of you this evening. The first item I have is a contract with Cassidy Electric to install 5 new light poles at Seminary Park. The contract amount is not to exceed $11,089.73, and this will be paid for with TIF funds through the Redevelopment Commission. So this contract is one that we would doubly approve. Basically, it would be approved for the service aspect in the park through the park board. That is something that is happening in and to a park. And then the funding would be approved through the Redevelopment Commission. So a little bit of background here. We used to have 9 acorn-style pole lights in Seminary Park that have basically gradually been vandalized or fallen out of function to the point where we only now have 1 functioning light within the park. We looked at this last fall and talked with BPD and some other groups about getting some new pole lights in there to make this a safer space during the evenings for people who are using the park, for people who are responding to the park. The purchase of those lights was approved at the December 2021 Redevelopment Commission meeting. And they were ordered and have arrived last month. So once they arrived, we put together this installation contract to be approved here and at Redevelopment Commission. 5 new pole lights throughout the park. Happy to answer any questions.
So you said there were 9 originally and just 1 is still functioning. So this will take us back up to 6 lights
It
then?
would, and we've changed the style a little bit in hopes
Okay.
that they're a little more durable and bomb-proof to people trying to mess with them or break them. They're a larger pole. They're a little bit taller, so they're a little bit more out of reach, and they are LED and dark sky compliant. So we are upgrading in that sense too.
Okay, yeah, that was my next question, so. All right, any comments or questions for Tim?
I have maybe a comment or a question. I noticed Seminary Square as being, looks like it's being trashed again a little bit, and I guess I just wonder, I'm just worried about the vandalism to these, and are these enough lights? If we had 9 before, do we need more lights? And do we have any plan as far as trying to protect these lights other than, and maybe it's enough that they're just taller and bigger, but I just wondered what we've thought about that.
Yeah, certainly Seminary has been a popular location of late. We do visit the park at least once, typically more than that every day with our custodial staff, and Marshall Security is there working through the park at various points during the day as well, and is always there when we're working in the park as well, just as an extra precaution. We certainly hope these lights are going to be enough, and just the fact that we have more light should hopefully be a deterrence to vandalizing these, although, to be honest, some of the old ones happened during broad daylight as well. We did ask the manufacturer to give us the heftiest foundation design that these poles would tolerate and the thickest pole wall to make them a little sturdier and resistant in the way that they're bolted to the foundations. The lighting design does provide for various candle feet illumination in the parts of the park that we looked at. And actually, these are by design. We can adjust the brightness on these remotely. So we will have the option if we feel like something's not bright enough, we need to brighten it up, we need to do a cleanup, we need to respond to something, we will be able to adjust the brightness on the fly, so to speak, to hopefully help with response.
Okay. Thank you.
That's correct. Yeah, if you go by right now, which the days are long right now, so you don't notice it as much, but we want to have these in place before we hit time change time again this fall.
I go by about 5:30 in the morning, and it's pretty dark.
Okay.
All right, I'll move to approve the contract with Cassidy for installation.
Okay, and a roll call vote, please. Aye.
Israel Herrera. Jim Whitlatch.
Aye.
All right, that motion is unanimously carried. And then next, in C10, Tim will tell us about the contract with E&B Paving for asphalt repairs at Southeast Park.
Yes, and I want to thank Mark Morantz for putting this together. He would be presenting with you this evening, but he is not feeling well today. So we recommend approval of a contract with E&B Paving to replace a deteriorated section of asphalt on a portion of trail at Southeast Park. Contract amount of $14,478.90. There was some question we were working through on the funding source sort of up to this meeting, but this will come out of the Ops General Fund 53999 line. We were working through some questions with the controller there. And so the background on this is that if you visit Southeast Park at the parking lot that you access through the Arden Heights, Sycamore Knolls neighborhood there, and you look down towards the tennis courts, there's a section of asphalt that has rapidly degraded in the last year or two to the point where it's really not accessible anymore. And so we approached a few different contractors, got quotes, and E&B was one of the low quotes that we decided to go with for this project. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay, all right, looks pretty straightforward. Any questions or comments on this one for Tim? No? Okay.
I'll move to approve the contract with EMB.
All right, and a roll call vote?
Kathleen Mills.
Aye.
Ellen Rodkey.
Aye.
Israel Herrera. Jim Whitlatch.
Aye.
All right, motion is carried. And then finally, in C11, Tim will tell us about the contract addendum with Scenic Construction Services for Cascades Trail Park.
Yes, and I know we've seen a couple of these change orders lately. I'm happy to report the Cascades project is basically at an end. This is the last change order for the project. We almost got it into last month's meeting and kind of just missed by about a day. So we recommend approval of a contract addendum with Scenic Construction for this final change order, an amount of $11,655. This third and final change order authorizes the purchase of an additional 60 lineal feet of limestone block. This was needed due to a design change during construction. I don't know if you all have been down there lately, but if you've seen the seating bump out areas that are in front of the waterfall shelter, we'd originally designed those to be at 45-degree angles, and that was changed during design due to difficulty of achieving those angles and extra time needed to do that. And so we changed them, but that did require a little bit more limestone quantity. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Any questions or comments on this one? Doesn't look like it. You want to move, Ellen, on this, move approval?
To approve the addendum with Scenic Construction Services in this last change order.
Okay, and a roll call vote, please.
Kathleen Mills.
Aye.
Ellen Rodkey.
Aye.
Israel Herrera. Jim Whitlatch.
Aye.
Okay, motion is carried. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you very much.
And then we'll move into our Section D reports, and Leslie Brunson will give us a community events update.
I think this might be the most amount of time I've ever had to give this report. I feel like I should really slow myself down. Thank you, Leslie Brunson, Community Events Manager. I'm here today to recap some of community events that have already taken place this year and give a preview of community events to come. So we'll see if I can make this work. I mean, oh. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. Technology challenged. Oh, there's power. Sorry. Good thing I have time.
I think it's just two, so just kind of not
Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to use that anyway. I'm ready. All right, so it's been a little while since we've been able to give one of these events. So I don't think I've been up here since 2019, so hopefully we'll be able to show some new events that have been taking place here this year. These are some pictures of some of our past events that we have already taken place this year. So trivia nights, the market started, Children's Expo, Marigolds for Mom, Winter Palooza, Freeze Fest, Cha-Cha Truck. Go ahead, Kim. Oh, and this, so again, Nature Sounds. We did Indiana Jones Trilogy movie series at Switchyard Park this winter. We ran a new event called the International Food and Art Festival on 4th Street in combination with the Community and Family Resources Department and ESD. We have done, again, Winter Palooza, movies in the parks, the Fair of the Arts has started. We also did a new pet expo this year in Switchyard Park Pavilion where we brought out pet vendors and allowed pets to come into the pavilion and explore like we would do some of our other expos. So it's been a busy spring so far, and we're looking forward to a busy summer as well. So I'm just going to highlight some of the things we have going on here. So the farmers market started back in April. We are in full swing now here in June, both with the Tuesday market and the Saturday market. Tuesday market every Tuesday from 4 to 7 at Switchyard Park. It's happening right now, so if you're watching, by all means, get down there. And then the Saturday market, of course, here in City Hall Plaza. We are having Information Alley on the first Saturday of every month. A Fair of the Arts is back for the second Saturday of every month. Merit the Market and the Natural Estate Market as well. Pinoy Garden, which is the food and beverage picture you see there in the bottom, is one of our new food and beverage and Filipino food and has been a big hit at the market, so we're pretty excited to have him as well. We've also been busy in the gardens, completely rented for 2022 as they have been the last couple of years. Again, we have gardens at both Willie Streeter, Butler Park, and Switchyard Park. They continue to just be super popular. Garden classes are going well and continue again to be rented in all three gardens. Excited to have a Fair of the Arts back at the Farmers Market here. We're also doing a Fair of the Arts the second Tuesday at our Tuesday market, so there's still an opportunity to shop for arts at Switchyard Park. These are the dates of the Arts and Crafts Fair, and I've had a great response the first two Fair of the Arts, 895 and over 1,000 customers coming out and shopping again. It just nice to have the plaza back full and a full farmers market, and it just brings a nice air to the day. We have started our concert series, our performing arts series in the park. We continue to be blessed by great sponsorships. Every time we challenge Julie and the staff to get us more money, they do it. And so thanks to our community for just continuing to support these programs with the People's Park concerts that should be Thursdays, that's a typo on my part. People's Park concerts on Thursdays, Sundays in Bryan Park. We've had Shakespeare in the Park already take place at Waldron Hill and Buzzkirk. They were willing to work through us with the stage construction going on there, but it still worked nice to have in the park there with the new pavers. Evening with the Bloomington Community Band coming up in September, as well as the Bloomington Symphony Orchestra coming up in August. So we're also excited, go ahead, Kim, to offer our series at Switchyard Park. This year we're doing both series and concerts on the main stage. Last week we had our first one with Jen Christie, had 425-ish people out in combination with Food Truck Friday. We're also doing happy hours on the lawn, which is where we do a concert in the pavilion and have happy hour out of the pavilion with beer and wine sales. Again, 400 or 500 people coming out to Switchyard Park on these Fridays. It's just a great combination with Food Truck Friday, the spray pad, the playground, and great local music. So if you haven't been out, those are great concerts to take part in. And again, thank you to the sponsors for those. In our Movies in the Park series, again, something that's completely sponsor-based. You can see the concert or the movie series there. We've already had Knives Out and Sing 2. Looking forward to the remaining movies, League of Their Own, Grapes of Wrath, which is something new we're doing with Tom Rosnowski. So he'll be doing music along some scores along with the movie. So the volume of the movie will go down and he will perform music in combination. We're really excited to see how that plays out. In Cantu, in combination with Community and Family Resources and the Hispanic Heritage Month, and then Ghostbusters as our October movie. Movies in the Park, numbers are dropping just a little bit just because movies are so accessible these days, but still a great opportunity to come out and be with the community, and we're just continuing to look for ways to enhance that opportunity. In June, we had our Bloomington Trail Outdoor Escape Adventure. So this is the 4th year that we've been doing these outdoor escape adventures. A great opportunity to bring people out into the parks in a different way and kind of capitalize on that escape room theme where you have to solve puzzles to get to a final stage of the event. We kind of went back to one of our first ones at Winslow Woods, but again, still had pretty good attendance, not quite as good as we were hoping, but we're able to fill the second and third days pretty well. So I'm looking forward to continuing to build on those. Touch a Truck happened on June 8th. Over 1,700 kids and parents came out to Touch a Truck this year. We had a great day. The helicopter was able to land. I don't think it's been able to do that based on weather for the last, 5 or 6 years. So it was really exciting to have it there. It's always a big attraction for kids. So really great to be back out at Touch a Truck and have kids in the cars tooting the horns, going up and checking things out. So we're really excited to have that back. And I think the next slide, we're offering a new event. That's okay. Summer Solstice also happened this weekend. Just a celebration of summer. This is one of the free events that we do from a community standpoint. Had 300 75, I think, people come out. At Switchyard Park, it's kind of, people come to the playground, spray pad, check out the event. Mythic Times have these big, huge masks that they walk around in, which are pretty cool, and then you can go make your individual mask, which is a nice component to that event. That's the second year that we've done that event. And this year, for the first time tomorrow, we'll be doing a Cha-Cha-Truck at the Monroe County Fairgrounds in combination in partnership with the fair for their Kids' Day, so people can come out, go to the grandstand, and take part in a Cha-Cha-Truck. So our staff have been helping recruit trucks for that, and then in combination, we're getting the fairgrounds for pumpkin launch, so a little bit of a give and take there. But we're looking forward to being out at the fair and trying something new with that partnership. So tomorrow, the fair from 12 to 3. Come look for our community event staff. Should have brought some water. Also coming up this weekend, July 4th, the 4th of July parade. Happy to have the parade back in a moving fashion. You remember last year we were in a standstill fashion, but looking forward to the fair this year. The parade on Monday at 10 o'clock. It'll be taking place up and down Walnut and College from 10th Street to Kirkwood, so it'll be a strictly north-south route this year. Got about 65, 70 floats and emergency vehicles going through, so looking forward to doing that. On the Courthouse Square, we'll also be doing a Veterans Day activity with the Alexander Memorial. So there'll be the community band, some different activities going down there at the courthouse, and then of course the parade starts at 10. The Bloomington Trivia Series is in year 3 now, I think. It takes place all year long, but we have a few events left, 3 series left, so you can come out, take part in the trivia. Winners get to come back at the end in December for a winners take all kind of event. It's really kind of been all over the place through COVID, but we're able to get up to 13, 14 teams at the last one, so we continue to look for that one to continue to grow and build on that trivia series. Here coming up in a couple weeks, we have a Dodgeball Tournament taking place at Alcott Park. This will be the 2nd year for the Dodgeball Tournament. And if you haven't checked out our Facebook page, a really great video went up today, I think, to encourage people to come out that our staff have done. So just a fun way trying to attract some of those 18 to 25 young adults to come out and participate. So put a team together, come out and play a little dodgeball on July 16th. Another new event, first time this year, we'll be doing an adult field day. So we're taking over Switchyard Park and the spray pad. So we'll be closing the spray pad to children and opening it only to adults. We'll also have a climbing wall from IU Outdoor Adventures. They're bringing their climbing wall. We'll have adult field games, beverages, Food Truck Friday going on, some music from 80s and 90s, kind of bringing back your childhood and hoping to get a big crowd of young adults out at Switchyard to kind of go back to their, again, youth days and participate in some field day games. So looking forward to that to take place on July 29th, again, the first time for that event. And then you got the old staples, Drool in the Pool. You just can't go a year without it. It's such a popular event. So we'll again be taking over Mills Pool there in August 3rd and 4th. And this event just continues to be super popular and a great couple nights for the dogs at the pool. Slip and Foam, we're going to give this one another whirl. It's taking place at Reverend Butler. Slide down the hill in the slip and slide in the foam machine. Looking for a little bit more environmentally friendly ways to do it this year, so we're working on our speed down the hill in a non-baby soap fashion, but continues to be popular again with that all age kind of groups, from dads going down with their little ones to teens going down by themselves. So that takes place on August 6th, kind of wrapping up some of the summer activities. Junk in the Trunk will be at Switchyard Park again, August 20th. This is kind of our community garage sale, if you will. People bring out their stuff, set up a booth there on the platform at Switchyard Park, and customers can go through and shop. Continues to be a popular event with both customers and community members looking to sell and clean out at the end of the year. And we now have kind of a glow week of activities. We've got 3 activities that take place this week in September. We start with a splash and glow party for the younger ones, where the spray pad becomes more of a glow party. We change the color in the water. We have music, a glow-in-the-dark kind of egg hunt, dance contests for the little ones. And then on Friday night, we do a kind of bigger kid scavenger hunt, so you can go through Switchyard Park, look for clues to solve a puzzle and get a prize. And then on Saturday night, we'll go over to Waldron Hill Buskirk Park and have a splash and glow party. Actually, I think that's the next slide for our kind of in the glow week. DJ, black lights, paint yourself with neon, get squirted from the staff with neon paint. One of the best events I think that we do as far as all ages and kind of hits everybody. Everybody likes to come, dance, get paint on them, and glow in the dark. So we're really happy about these programs and how they've turned out. Howl at the Moon will kind of kick off our October series with just a dog walk down Switchyard Park in the evening, kind of just a good, dog owners love to be with other dog owners, so it's a good time to just come out and talk about it and bring your dog out for a nice evening stroll. Dearly Departed Cemetery Tours. This will be the third or fourth year we've done these over at Rose Hill Cemetery. Continue to be popular, partner with the History Center. They pick out the headstones and the people they're going to highlight each year. You go to that headstone, they tell you a story about the person that has been left there, and you can go through the cemetery for either a more friendly version or, as the night gets a little bit later, a little bit more scarier version as you head through the cemetery. And October is a big month. We'll also be doing Trick or Treat Trail. I think we're going to have a date change on this one due to fall break, but Trick or Treat Trail will take place at RCA Park. Always a big hit where kids can go through the trail, meet up with different story characters, get some candy, and participate in a fun, kind of get ready for Halloween activity. Pumpkin launch, I'm constantly amazed. If you've not been out to this one, you need to come out and see some pumpkins get chucked over 800 feet. It gives me a little heart palpitations, but I always enjoy it, and it's amazing to watch. So pumpkin launch will take place on the 22nd out at the fairgrounds, always looking for launchers. So if you're into some STEM activities, we'd love for you to build a launcher and come on out to the fairgrounds for us. Festival of Ghost Stories, an oldie but a goodie to take place at Bryan Park with the Storyteller Guild. Again, just a great Halloween tradition out at Bryan Park. That's in partnership with the library as well. Last year and this year, we've taken over the Skate and Scare programs from the ice arena. Their job is to do ice and skating, and we're more some events and haunted house. So we've taken this one on, and Bill Ream's taken it and kind of just dug himself right in and is looking really forward to his second year of creating some great haunted house there at the Frank Southern Ice Arena. Of course, the holiday market takes place the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Great arts and crafts, music, activities, farm vendors. So we're looking forward to bringing that back and continuing to build coming out of COVID. This is a new event. This is actually in partnership with Sean and his staff down at Switchyard Park. Last year was the first year we did a Winter Lights, December Nights activity. We did it a couple nights last year. We're going to do one night this year, December 3rd from 4 to 8. Light up the park with different decorations and lights and activities. It's a great way to get out in the winter, explore the park, and spend some time with the community. We're really looking forward on building from last year, and we learned a lot, and now we'll be ready to even light it up even more. And again, back to the dogs. They always enjoy taking their picture with Santa, so Santa will be out at Switchyard Park on December 4th, ready to get his picture taken with all the canines and enjoy some holiday fun with the dogs as well. And to wrap us up, Skate with Santa at Frank Southern Ice Arena. Come out, take your picture with Santa and Mrs. Claus, do some skating to some holiday music, get a snack. during free skate from 1:30 to 3 on the 10th. And I think that wraps up what we have going on. I'd be happy to answer any questions. I didn't put in the slide because it's not just a community events, but we will be doing a celebration at Lower Cascades as well this fall on September 18th. That'll be in our program guide, so be looking for that activity, but looking forward to opening that park and really celebrating all the work that's been taking place and bringing people down to the park to celebrate. So that'll be taking place on September 18th.
Okay. Thank you, Leslie. It's nice to see all those pictures and all those events back after those kind of sad, almost 2 years of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the community seems excited. We've got great response so far at the events we've been doing, and we look forward to that to continue.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you for the update. Yeah. All right, and then we will move into Section E is public comment. If we have anyone here in person or anyone on the, anyone who's emailed or on the Zoom link who would like to make a comment.
If anyone on Zoom would like to make a comment, please use your raise your hand icon, and I'll call on you.
No? Okay. All right, well, seeing no comment then, we will, before adjournment, turn it back over to Paula to give us any updates.
Well, I think staff did a really good job today, just updating you on projects that continue and all of the events. So we are excited for this holiday weekend coming up. It marks kind of halfway through our summer, so a big deep breath, and we'll go back at it. So thank you again for your support of all that we do from projects to events. And we will be meeting next July 19th, so a little bit earlier in July due to schedules. So we'll get busy on that agenda. Thank you.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you. And with that, we'll adjourn the June meeting of the Bloomington Board of Park Commissioners.